All right, so now that we've looked at the introduction to probability and we also understood the major probability concept, now we are going to move on to our third part now, which is how to calculate objective probability. So we have we have three types of objective probability, or how we can classify them. The first one is marginal probability, we have joint probability, and conditional probability. The first one that we are going to look at now is what we call marginal probability. Basically, marginal probability is just the probability of a single event A, underline here, event A, occurring only on one of the random variable. So this event A occurring only on one of the random variable. So quickly, so that you understand it, let's look at a scenario from this table again. Example 4.3, you can look it up on your textbook and the slide. So if we were to ask, for example, what is the probability that a random GSE selected company will be large? Okay, so let's say that's the P of a large company. I'll just put A equals large company. I'll write it there. So a marginal probability is just, you look at the table now, what is the total of all the large companies here is 86. So this is our R, 86, we divide it by N, which is 170, and we get this. Therefore, we have 50.6% chance of finding a large company. That is one example of a marginal probability. The other one is also, let's say, if we want to find out what is the chance that a GSE listed mining company is randomly selected. Same thing applies. We go to a table, we see, okay, this is a mining company here. What is the chance of selecting it? We look at the whole total, which is 41. Then P, for now I'll just write M because it's mining, is equal to, you do 41 divided by 170, then you get 0.241. Like I said, always put it in percentage. You see, then we have 24.1 right here. Then we have 24.1 chances of finding a mining company, like a random selected company that will be selected will be a mining one. So this is an example of a marginal probability. Let's move on now to our next one, which is joint probability. So with joint probability, what we're looking at is that we see the probability of, let's say, two or more random variable occurring together in the data set or in a scenario. So let's say the probability of one event A and B, or even more, occurring together like this in one data set or one scenario. Okay. So one of the example that we may choose from our same table here is, if we, let's say, ask what is the probability that a random company here will be medium sized and a financial company. So I'll just write probability here. We're looking for medium and financial. Okay, medium and financial. So this is A and this is B. Therefore, we see that brings us to actually one of the concept that we saw, the intersection concept. So what are you going to do here is, you get to the table, you see this is the medium column right here, and from the medium column, so we will look at the medium size company, we look at the total, and we also look at the financial one. We take those two numbers, then what we do, we check now where are they intersecting. It's exactly at this point. Okay, so basically it's just more or less the same something that we've done before, and we will do then this will be equal to 21 divided by 170, and you should get the same value in percentage. Always remember to put the probability in percentage. Then we have 12.4% chance of randomly selecting a medium sized financial company. So this is an example of joint probability. Our third scenario here now is what we call conditional probability. So meaning that there is a condition to it. So this is the probability of an event A occurring given that B has already occurred. Okay. So the main difference with this formula is that we'll see that the bottom here, the condition has changed now. It's no longer N, but it is our event B. So the sample space is changed to that. So let's understand it better looking at this table. Let's find the scenario. So what if I asked a question such as, what is the probability of finding or of randomly selecting a retail company, given that it is known, or we know in advance it is known to be a medium size. Okay, given that it is known to be a medium size. Okay, so what I'm asking is that this retail company, but our condition is that we already know that it's a medium size. Okay, so this one we know already, so this is our condition somehow. So here's how we can solve this one. Let A be retail and let B be medium size company. Okay, medium size company. So then what's going to happen is that PA over B will be now the intersection first of what we've done already, P over B here, and we'll divide it by the condition medium. So I'm just going to clean up everything here so that we dive into the calculation. So the first thing that I'm going to find is the probability of just B, right? So probability of B, which is easy, B is medium. I'll just do 48 and divide it by 170, which will give me 0.2824 of my, this is a marginal probability, if you remember. And A over B here, we look at the intersection here, and from here then we should have 13 over 170, then which should be equal to 0.0765. If you remember, this is an example of a joint probability. Then what you do here, then you can just do now P over A slash B. In the conditional, we have this 13 divided by 170, and then we have 48 divided by 170, which if you look at it, which is cancel out, you get this, and the final answer is 0.271. This is our conditional probability, and in percentage you will say that there is 27.1% chance that a company will be retail, knowing that it is a medium sized. Okay, we don't have space there. Yeah, medium sized. Okay, so that's it for calculating objective probability. The next topic we're going to look at will be probability rules.